Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Jaya Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shirade Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shirade. Nittai Gaura Haribol, Haribol. Haribol, Nittai Gaura Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Jaya Radha Madhava ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya narang cheva narotamam devim saraswatim yasam tato jayam udirayet. Nashta prayashva badreshu nityang bhagavata sevaya bhagavat yotama shloke bhaktir bhavatir naishtiki. So, welcome to today's morning lecture in Sridham Simhachalam Dham. Simhachalam Dham ki. We continue reading from the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the Bhagavad Purana, and we are in the 4th canto, 20th chapter, verse 31. Tvan maya yadha jana isha kandito. Tvan maya yadha jana isha kandito. Yat anyat ashasta rit atmano buddhaha. Yat anyat ashasta rit atmano buddhaha. Yatha charat bala hitang pita svayang. Yatha charat bala hitang pita svayang. Tata tvam evar hasina samihitum. Tata tvam evar hasina samihitum. Prabhus. Tvan maya yadha jana isha kandito. Yat anyat ashastarit atmano buddhaha. Acharet bala hitang pita swayam. Tata tvam evar hasina samihitum.
Charit balahitam pita swayam. Charit balahitam pita swayam. Tata tvamivar hasina samihitum. Tata tvamivar hasina samihitum.
Mataji's? Tvanmaya yatha jana isha kandito yat anyat ashasta ritatmana buddha. Tvat your Mayaya by illusory energy. Adha certainly. Janaha the people in general. Isha O my Lord. Kanditaha separated. Yat because. Anyat other. Ashaste they desire. Rita real. Atmanaha from the self. Abuddha without proper understanding. Yata as. Charet would engage in. Balahitam the welfare of one's own child. Pita the father. Svayam personally. Tata similarly. Tvam your lordship. Eva certainly. Arhasina samihitum please act on my behalf. Translation and purport from His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My Lord, due to your illusory energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position, and out of ignorance they are always desirous of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you, but as a father not waiting for the son's demand, does everything for the benefit of the son. Please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me. Purport. It is the duty of the son to depend upon his father without asking anything from him. The good son has faith that the father knows best how to benefit him. Similarly, a pure devotee does not ask anything from the Lord for material benefit, nor does he ask anything for spiritual benefit. The pure devotee is fully surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord, and the Lord takes charge of him, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 18:66. Ahang tvang sarva papebhyo moksha yishyami, and so on. The Father knows the necessities of the Son and supplies them, and the Supreme Lord knows the necessities of the living entities and supplies them sumptuously. Therefore, the Ishopanishad states that everything in this material world is complete, purnamidam. The difficulty is that due to forgetfulness, the living entities create unnecessary demands and entangle themselves in material activities. The result is that there is no end to material activities, life after life. Before us, there are varieties of living entities, and everyone is entangled in transmigrations and activities. Our duty is simply to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead and let Him take charge, for He knows what is good for us. Prithu Maharaj therefore tells the Lord that, as the Supreme Father, He may elect to bestow whatever He considers beneficial for Prithu Maharaj. That is the perfect position of the living entity. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us in his Shikshastaka. Na Shishi Pralad Lakshmana Singhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. Na dhanam na janang na sundaring kavitang vajagat isha kamaye mama janmani janmani shvare bhavatat bhaktir ahaituki tvai. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor have I any desire to enjoy beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service in my life, birth after birth. The conclusion is that the pure devotee should not aspire after any material benefit from devotional service, nor should he be enamored by fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. He should always be engaged favorably in the service of the Lord. That is the highest perfection of life. Om Akyana Timirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamahang Vande Shigarum Dinataranam. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanepyo Vaishnavepyo Namo Namaha Trinarapi Sunichena Taror Eva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadhari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Swastyastu Vishwasya Kala Prasidatam Dayantu Bhutani Shivamitu Diya Manascha Badram Bhajatat Adokshaje Aveshyatam No Matirapya Haituki Tvai. May there be good fortune throughout the universe. May all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga, for by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Shri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. So, Hare Krishna all together. We are speaking in English. And I was spontaneously asked to give lecture. Therefore, please excuse me if my lecture will not be so prepared and professional. And yeah, I also seek the blessings of the senior Vaishnavas, Kishori Kund Mataji and Ram Sundar Prabhu, Subha Gopal Prabhu, and all the other assembled Vaishnavas, that something beneficial comes over my lips. Okay, I read the verse again. My Lord, due to your illusory energy, all living beings in this material world have forgotten their real constitutional position, and out of ignorance they are always desirous of material happiness in the form of society, friendship, and love. Therefore, please do not ask me to take some material benefits from you, but as a father, not waiting for the son's demand, does everything for the benefit of the son, please bestow upon me whatever you think best for me. Yeah. So this verse is also a beautiful description, a short description in what kind of situation we are right now. There's also a beautiful verse related in the Bhagavad Gita to it. Okay, comes later. Krishna wants me to forget it. Yeah, so the living entities in this material world are conditioned and bound by material nature through their fruitive desires from time immemorial, caged in different varieties of material bodies and wandering up and down the planetary systems, from higher planetary systems when there they are enjoying godly delights, up to down to the very sinful demoniac planets where they are suffering in great anxiety the results of their past misdeeds, and therefore always without real knowledge, stumbling around in this material world to find some happiness, some pleasure, in the form of society, friendship, and love, which are all related to the bodily conception of life. That means we are this body, we are part of a particular family, of a particular state. We are Germans, we are Indians. This is my uncle, this is my nephew, this is my son. All my attention and love goes to this material relationships, and all my love that I need, that I want for myself, I'm expecting from these relations. Whereas exalted personalities, it's also said in the Bhagavad Gita, Bahunam janmanam ante gyanavan mam prapatyate vasudeva sarvam iti samahatma sudurlabhaha, that after many, many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, Krishna speaking. Thus he dwells in real knowledge, and such a great soul is very, very rare. So it's a very long process of evolution we are through, that we now have the opportunity to sit here in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class right before the deity, Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimhadev, and we hear from the Bhagavad Purana. We are dressed in devotee clothes. We know about the process of devotional service. It has been a long journey. We are since a long way here, and we found the right conclusion that we were tired. We were not only tired, but also frustrated from material life. Many of us come from a karmic background. Some of us may come from a Vaishnava background. But at least some of us have some degree of realization, at least because we are now in the Kali Yuga, that material life is no joke. It's very, very troublesome and suffering, and it's very empty. Just yesterday I was talking with a Prabhu who is planning to live in a Krishna conscious community, and he said he went through all desirable material situations in life. He was aspiring for the best job, the greatest house, the most fancy car, the most beautiful female companions, the best sense gratification, but he was never happy. Just the opposite. But after finding this Krishna consciousness, like everything makes reason now. Everything is ecstatic, everything is joyful, full of love, appreciation, service. And he's very, very happy. And because of this experience, he can now give himself fully to the Lord. So we as devotees, we know we cannot get this happiness that all of us, all living entities are searching for in material life. We can only get it through the relationship with Krishna. Krishna is a super soul dwelling in everyone's heart. Sarvasya chaham ridi sanivishto matas mitir gyanam apohanam cha Vedaischa sarver aham eva vidyo Vedanta krit vedavid eva chaham. I am seated in everyone's heart, O Arjuna, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas am I to be known. Indeed, I'm the compiler of Vedanta, and I'm the knower of the Vedas. So, Krishna is speaking to us through our heart. He is in our heart, and we are in some kind of quest, figuring out this again and finding Krishna not only here in the temple or by chanting his holy name, but especially also in our heart. It's said that the most prominent outcome why we do deity worship is that we realize that every one of us has Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his heart, residing in his heart. And everyone else as well, everyone around, all living entities. Yeah. And the purport is more over-explaining about the qualities of a pure devotee, because we are all not pure devotees. All of us, if he has some kind of humble realization of his situation, can identify really clearly that there are a lot of impediments on the path, a lot of shortcomings on our side, so-called anarthas, mentalities, false conclusions, many different things that live inside of us, that live inside of our heart, and that need to be purified through the process of devotional service. And Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport that a pure devotee, he has conquered all these shortcomings. He has fixed his mind on the personal form of the Lord. Yeah, he's always engaged in devotional service. He has no material inclination, no material subjective behind why he is going in contact with the Lord. For sure, it is said that at the beginning there may be 4 different kinds. One who is in great suffering, one who aspires prosperity, wealth, someone who is curious, and someone who is really interested in the absolute truth. But in the stage of pure devotional service, Srila Rupa Goswami describes Anya bilashita shunyam jnana karmadhyanavritam anukulyena krishnanu shilanam bhaktir uttamam. That's a pure devotee. He is never inclined, he doesn't want material profit, nor is he about speculative knowledge. No, he knows where to find the absolute truth. The absolute truth is only to be found in revealed scriptures, the Vedas. Revealed scriptures from Krishna, God himself. And only to be commented from purified men who are thoroughly honest, coming down in the disciplic succession, authorized gurus, spiritual masters, paramahamsas, who are in the disciplic succession and who are authorized to talk about the subject matter in Sanskrit language because they themselves have qualified themselves to understand it. Therefore, it's always an aspiring process. It's a process which needs shelter of a higher authority, and association of pure devotees. Therefore we can be very happy that we have such a place as Simhachalam, where we can meet, where we can have association of other devotees who are following this path for a longer journey, who can give us good advice in difficult situations where we might doubt that Krishna consciousness is real, doubt how they can manage their household life, how they can manage their big challenges in life, how to overcome it. And therefore we need, at best, 3 media, it is said in the Vedic scriptures. There are 3 media to gain self-realization, and an intelligent man should take advantage of all 3 of them. What is one of them? You know one of them. Sadhus, yeah. But it's not mentioned in this regard. We continue. It's a nice point, but we continue. Shabda Pranan. The Vedic scriptures. Is it that? What is Shabda Pranan? Yeah. Yeah, so one way to attain self-realization, to become self-realized, that you are not this body, that you don't become happy by material sense gratification, by material life, family life, is through the revealed Vedic scriptures. Yeah, that's one authorized way if you want to become better, more deep and more self-realized in devotional life. Take advantage of the Vedic scriptures. We have so many nice literatures here on the book table, but down there, a Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as well. If you want to purchase a set, you can approach me after the lecture. And it's open for everyone. In the past, it was not accessible to all civilization. It was only a small amount of people, of brahmanas, who had written down on palm leaves scriptures, Vedic texts, and only through their association one could gain this transcendental knowledge. And it's said in Bhagavad Gita that there's nothing more pure than transcendental knowledge, that even the most sinful of all sinners, when he is situated in transcendental knowledge, he can cross over the ocean of material existence. Yeah, and through the mercy of the Guru Parampara, to the big mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to all the very, very fallen conditioned souls in this dark age of Kali, Srila Prabhupada was sent from the spiritual world to reveal and to make it possible that these transcendental books are available for every one of us, yeah, even for the most fallen on the streets. Yeah, we go out and distribute this literature. So in past times, the spiritual master had a more prominent role because only he had the literature. He could give the transcendental knowledge. But nowadays, even though if you are not fortunate enough to have the direct association of fortunate souls, you can take these books home and you have always association of Krishna speaking to you, of the Guru, Srila Prabhupada, who is commenting it, and of the sadhus who you associated with, who gave you the books. So it's a very, very powerful media, and we all should take advantage of it. What could be another point of self-realization? 2 are missing. Very good, but no, not in this manner, how it is, yeah. One more is the super soul. Everyone has the super soul dwelling in his own heart. Yeah, and it's said that many people on the street tell me, when I approach them and I want to talk with them about the subject matter, they are saying, I have everything inside of me, everything, I know everything is coming from within, I don't need anything else. And to some degree, this is true. Because every one of us has Paramatma here in the heart, and we all can take advantage of him by carefully listening to his advice. Yeah, it's not intuition that we sometimes know something, or somehow we get an idea dropped. Yeah, no. From me come remembrance and forgetfulness and wisdom. Yeah, Krishna is sitting in our heart, and according to our desires, he is deciding, oh, okay, this fellow over here, he is more interested now in self-realization. Okay, I give him some knowledge, some inspiration, where he could go and where he could associate to have that kind of desire fulfilled. Or someone else, who doesn't want anything to know from spiritual knowledge and is completely entangled in material activities. Also Krishna, because he's our ever well-wisher, he will also fulfill his desire. And he will tell him, you can enjoy in this nightclub, you can, make this Bitcoin thing going on, and then you can earn a lot of Lakshmi or whatsoever, Therefore, we have to be really attentive and careful what we are desiring and how we are acting in life, because life is a it's an interactive game, how to come out of the material entanglement and go back to the spiritual world. We are our own character right now, playing our own, and the only thing we have to do is connect to the person who was designing this whole game of material existence, and he's sitting in our heart. And it's like we have all cheat codes in our heart. We just have to listen to him, what he is saying to us. Not only to us directly in intuition, but also the super soul in other living entities are talking to us. There are several possible ways how Krishna can instruct us through the Vaishnavas, and therefore it is even more important to have Vaishnava association, because the hearts of the other living entities around us are a little bit more cleansed. They have also this transcendental knowledge. They are also practicing devotees, though they have a relationship with the Lord already very much established in their heart. So you can be sure, and you are very protected if you are in their association, that they will also be media how the Lord is communicating through them to you. And it's up to us how attentive we are, how open we are to accept correction, to accept advice, good mentioned advice. For example, if you have a very important decision to make, it is recommended to ask 7 brahmanas. And from this you can take a conclusion that is for sure like very close to the desire of the Lord, because these brahmanas, they qualified themselves and they are very close to the Lord, and if they give their opinion, then you can be really sure that what is said to you will be very close to the truth you should follow. And also a big leader of the Hare Krishna movement, spiritual master Vaisheshika Prabhu, said that I live to be corrected. Why? Because if we are sincere about our devotional life, about that we understood, hey, it's very, very dangerous to live in this material world. I can be dead at any moment. The only reason why I'm still here is that I somehow am a little bit submissive and could surrender and could understand that I'm here to regain my eternal constitutional position in serving the Lord. And therefore we should be ready at any moment to change to the better. So I know, especially from myself, that it's not easy to take correction, and at the beginning there's a lot of ego and resistance and struggle, but we should always take everything, every little tiny correction very seriously, because there's not only a blade of grass moving without the desire of the Lord. So we can be sure that everything that comes to us, everything that comes around goes around, or the other way around, has something to do with us. And the more we can live with that in communion and accept that and take it, the less karma we have, the more difficult situations appear, the better we can let go of old patterns that accompany us from a long time, and the more we can live in harmony with everyone else. So, what is the last point missing? There's one last point missing. The spiritual master. Yeah, so it's said through these three media, the revealed Vedic scriptures, and the super soul dwelling in your heart and in everyone else's as well, and the spiritual master are the three medias to gain self-realization. So, the spiritual master is a self-realized soul. We should understand from the revealed scriptures that he is not an ordinary person, that he is empowered by the Supreme Lord. He is an expansion of the super soul himself, and Lord Nityananda as well. And everything he says is for the pure spiritual benefit of ours. Therefore it is said to take it very, very closely, all instructions we gain from a spiritual master. And we should be really, really eager to have instructions from our spiritual master, because the more we know what we should do, the less we are doubtful. Yeah, the more we can act. Like Krishna, like Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, yeah, he was doubting, he didn't know what he should do. But after approaching his spiritual master, Lord Sri Krishna himself, all his doubts were vanished, and he could act again in this world. Yeah, so it's the same with the spiritual master, because it's even said that the spiritual master is one in quality with the Lord. Yeah, he's so close to the Lord that we should even worship him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And our devotion to the spiritual master is a meter how we can count our devotion to Lord Krishna. Because the instruction that the spiritual master will give us are one with the instruction that Lord Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita wants to give us. Yeah? But even better according to our time, place, and circumstances. Therefore, it is also advised for pilgrims, if they only come to holy places like Simhachalam Dham, if you only come here for seeing the nice place, for taking a bath, or eating prasadam, it's considered that you are not better than a cow or a donkey. Because the real purpose is to inquire about the absolute truth and to get instructions. Yeah, you should take this opportunity, everyone that visited us today, and come in contact with the sadhus living here. Yeah, they are your linking point to your relation to Lord Sri Krishna. Yeah, therefore they are most important. Yeah, you cannot approach the Lord directly. You always have to have someone who is in a more, more confidential relationship with him, who walked a little longer, and then he can help you up. Yeah, that's a natural relationship of guru and disciple. Tatvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gyanam gyaninas tattvadarshinaha. Yeah, you should approach a spiritual master in a humble state of mind, and you should render service unto him and serve him, and because he has seen the truth, he can reveal to you this Vedic knowledge. Yeah, so these three medias I came to mention now, who help us to become more pure and to become pure devotees. And we should always remember that Srila Prabhupada always stressed this point, that it's open for every one of us who is sincere practicing, following the four regulative principles: no meat eating, no fish, no eggs, no intoxication, no gambling, and no illicit sex, and who chants 16 rounds of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra on his japa beads, is assured to go back home to the spiritual world. And I always thought to myself, it's so or so, it's the destination of the evolution of the soul in general and of me. So why should I take more time. What is the meaning? It's just wasted and it's a lot of suffering. I mean, I forgot my birth, but if you read the scriptures, it's so suffering. All this getting a new birth and being completely silly, many years of your life. You have to learn everything from the scratch. Yeah, so many wasted years and all the time bodily discomforts and quarreling, especially in this kind of age. And then you get old, you get handicapped, you are dependent on others, and someday you have to leave the body. So if the goal of all of that is anyway to become the most pure and to go back to the Lord, why not this one life? Why not take everything? Why not give everything what we have, all our pores, yeah, all our tiny little amount of energy? Why don't we try to make it this time? Yeah, so and it's not that it's a big sacrifice. It appears at the beginning as a sacrifice, as a big sacrifice, because we are used to engage our mind and senses differently, and then it feels like, oh my God, this is all poison, this process. Yeah, and all this correction, I cannot take it. Yeah, my ego is screaming. What? I always thought I'm a really nice guy, and now all the devotees telling me this is wrong, and I'm dirty in this way, and yeah, but after some time, if you go through the fire, yeah, it said if you walk through the fire, if you take the fire of tapasya, of austerity, then it's not like that at the beginning. It tastes like nectar, but at the end it's like poison. Yeah. No, it's the other way around. It's a little bit poisonous at the beginning and hard. It's some sacrifice, some blood, sweat, and tears in following, in accepting, in taking shelter, in trying to be humble, trying to admit that we are wrong, that we have so much dirt still in our heart, and that we need help. That we need help from the devotees, that we need help from Krishna, that we need some better knowledge, that we are not in knowledge right now, that we are really, really contaminated, and we are able to accept that, then it becomes joyful. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma bhuta prasanatma na shoshati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mat bhaktim labate param. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the supreme Brahman. He never laments nor desires to have anything, and he becomes fully joyful. He is equally disposed to every living entity, and in that state, what, you know the end? Yeah, thank you. Pure devotional service. Here we are again with pure devotional service. Yeah, so and until then we try to climb up the bhakti ladder. That's our plant of devotion in our heart. And some days it might feel a little harder or a little uncomfortable, because since a long time we didn't want to touch the topic, and now Krishna is putting it more and more in our face. We cannot hide it any longer, and then we have to face it, but it's worth it, and it becomes more light and easier every day, and we become more and more surcharged, and through the devotee association, the more we let go of the material association, and are more capable of live in the association of more pure devotees, the more we are satisfied through personal exchange. Yeah, the more our level and degree of being more personal is rising, the more we are able to live in a more open community, in deeper relationships, in better communication. We gain more communication skills. We can learn to communicate more on the level of the soul and of appreciation and value and of love. And then everything becomes Krishna conscious, and yeah, we get our real knowledge back, our real constitutional position that we are a soul, and then we are more also fixed in devotional service, which is a great blessing, because through this devotional service, all our karmic reaction will get burned away, fried like seeds in a pan with ghee. They will not fructify anymore, and we will not have any problems anymore. Yeah, it's also said in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam at one point, if you can make it that everyone is becoming your friend and you are friendly to every living entity, and Krishna says it in the Bhagavad Gita in many, many verses, yeah, if you work for the benefit of all human society, yeah, not only your material little relationships, your one colleague, your sister, not the whole family, only your sister or only this and that. No, if you concentrate your love and devotion that everyone has dormant in his heart, not only through this small amount of people, but you try to first put it on Krishna and from there expanding to every living entity, then all the problems in your life with other living entities will dissolve. And you become a friend to everyone, everyone is feeling it, everyone wants to support you, everyone is your well-wisher, you are the well-wisher of all, and then life becomes quite ecstatic. Yeah. So if you are not yet fixed in the knowledge that you want to attain this goal, or fixed in your eternal constitutional relationship with the Lord, or in knowledge that you can only become happy in relation to the Lord, yeah, then try it out. Just do it. Yeah? Try to gather some knowledge. Try to experience some portion of Krishna consciousness one way or another. And because it is a scientific process, you will very soon experience a transcendental happiness that will be above all material happiness that you ever experienced. And this will be enough, this will be the pull, the hook, yeah, how Krishna will draw you more and more in devotional service, in devotee association, dwelling in transcendental knowledge, and you will be, yeah, happy, and you will be more and more satisfied from within. Because it is only happy, sorry, so much, I said so much happy. It is only possible in relation to Krishna. It's not possible in this material world, because at the end we are not this material body, we are not the material senses, and we, yeah, if we try to enjoy only on this material plane, we may satisfy the material bodily demands and desires for some time, but the true satisfaction that we are searching on the soul level will always lacking. Yeah? And ultimately, we can only become happy if we satisfy the senses of Lord Shri Krishna, and then our senses will be automatically pleased, especially through chanting the holy name and Krishna Prasadam. Yeah? Chanting, dancing, and feasting is our process, and it's very simple. You just have to do it. Eat as much as you can, sing and dance as much as you can, and try to stay in the association of devotees, and you will become more and more happy. That's for sure. So I end up here. Do you have any questions or comments regarding to the topics I mentioned? Manu Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I think in the verse it's mentioned that the pure devotee doesn't even desire for what is it, not liberation, but not even for spiritual progress, right?
Yeah, I think it was in the purport.
He doesn't desire for material progress or for spiritual progress. So maybe you can say something about that.
Not really. It's in the verse of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam it said that I only want your causeless devotional service. No, it's not related to that. I know what you mean, but it said that even a pure devotee is not even demanding his own idea of devotional service. You mean this? No? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the point was that Prithu Maharaj puts himself in the position towards Lord Vishnu that he knows best what is the best for him. You mean that, huh? That he gives up all his own ideas, concoctions, or superiority in thought, and he says that, dear Lord, please show me what you think is best for me. At this point, huh? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Super Gopal Prabhu.
It's the third and fourth sentence of the...
Nor does he ask, no, there it is. Similarly, a pure devotee does not ask anything from the Lord for material benefit, nor does he ask anything for spiritual benefit. Okay. You have something to say to this, Super Gopal Prabhu?
I was also actually wanted to ask the same question.
Yeah.
I was wondering. Because remember in one purpose, Prabhupada writes, after offering prayers, the true devotee also asks for something spiritual. So that's a little bit contradictory for me. So I'm also questioning why it's written like this. But maybe we can ask the advanced devotees.
Yeah, I also find it contradictory because I also read at some points that we should actively pray for things. But at the same time, it said also in the Nectar of Devotion that, that we also always should be assured that if just by following the process, that the Lord takes care of everything and He will, according to the best time and circumstance, will arrange everything. So it's, I also was asking this as senior Vaishnava sometimes regarding this praying, if we should really pray for something. And he said, yes, we should do. This I remember. I don't know who he was, but also from my personal experience, I can say the more actively I go in relationship with the Lord, especially through prayers, it feels like the process is more dynamic and more fast, and that there is reciprocation. And sure, I mean, sometimes some desires or spiritual prayers may be materially contaminated, but then it's a beautiful way of purification as well on the way. I experienced that. We also heard this yesterday in a lecture, I think, that the Lord is granting these boons, these desires, but He would never do it in a way that the devotee will be drawn more away from the Lord. It's always in some kind of way that he loses on the way of getting it more material attachment and is at the end more purified and more ready to accept more pure devotional service. It's said. I cannot quote a shloka, I'm sorry. But okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Also, I don't know which pastor it was. Shankar Bodhiswami said to this point, there was also a question about this, that yes, we should pray because of this personal connection with the Lord, and also because then the Lord sees, okay, the devotee, he doesn't think he's the controller. He's approaching me for help, that I'm the controller, I'm actually in charge, and he's just a humble servant submitting like this. So this is also a good point why we should pray for spiritual benefits, actually.
Yeah. Most probably the attitude of how we are approaching is very important in this regard, as you are mentioning. Yeah, that we come in a position of not knowing, of humble, of humility, and of taking shelter of the Lord. And it's a different kind of approach as if we would would demand from the Lord, I want to be a pure devotee now, you know, like then this demanding, and it's a different way of approaching there, I think. But nevertheless, it is also said that we should go with everything to the Lord, yeah, even though it must be it is materially, because that then in some way or another we are taking we have this idea, okay, it's coming from the Lord, and we make this relationship with Him, and through this we become purified. Yeah, so I guess it's. But maybe they mean something particular here, which we don't come now to it. Okay. Anything else, Prabhu?
I was talking exactly about this whole thing with Prabhu.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple of days ago, and I told him, like, and not for a single time in my life I was praying for something, asking the Lord for something, you know, material. And then he said, yeah, Prabhupada said, that if you got a big problem, like you can stand, this is a Prabhupada citat, that he said, you can stand in front of Gaunitai and tell them your situation, and they will arrange for everything. That was it. I never heard that before. Just 3 days ago, I heard that for the first time.
Huh.
I have to try it.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, there's also this saying that with the small deities, that at one point they had these deities in the beginning of the movement, and Prabhupada said, yeah, you can give the people on the street the deities and tell them that they just have to talk to them, and they give them everything that they want. That's also cool, yeah? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you just have to, you explain the situation. You can talk with the Lord about your problems.
Yeah.
And then they will take.
Yeah, and this is actually very, very nice to experience, yeah, that because sometimes everything might seem so far away, but if we relate it with our personal life and our problems or desires, then it becomes so alive, or the relationship and the devotional life. Yeah, then you can, like, my godbrother, we had a discussion in the manor about how to develop more deep connections with other devotees, especially in the ashram, and then he said, yeah, you can go to them and ask them, how did you see the hand of Krishna in your life today? Yeah, and this is very, and they think, okay, like, yeah, how? Because most of the time we are in Maya, yeah, we are flickering around, but we don't really meditate on the Lord or try to, okay, Lord, in every situation taking shelter, what should I do now? Or what would be most pleasing to you in this situation, or like this. But if you also reflect and talk to this, it's very confidential and very devotional, that you can, yeah, it's a very nice point to talk about this with each other. Yeah. And also the faith in the Lord and the meditation becomes more deep. Yeah. Something else? No. Okay. Grantara Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. So thank you very much. We are now having breakfast. Breakfast is downstairs served. Please, if you feel hungry, you're very welcome to take prasadam with us. And there's also an opportunity down there at the book table to purchase a Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam set we were now reciting from. It's one of the most important books that we have. And I only want to read one thing here in the introduction. The Bhagavad Purana is as brilliant as the sun, and it has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1.3.43. And we also continue with the Padayatra after the breakfast. You're everyone welcome to join. We will walk from here to Neu-Reichenau. This takes approximately 1.5 hours, and then we walk in the city up and down, and